Oh my gosh, we're getting so many new exciting things and I just cannot wait to see them in the game. Hello everyone and welcome to this video. Today we're going to go over Star Stable's July blog where they talked about the recent Western event as well as the things that they're planning to add into the game in the near future as well as in some more distant future. But yeah, it's all pretty exciting, so of course I wanted to go over all of that together and just talk about it a little. So as always, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, make sure to subscribe. It really means a lot. And now let's get into it. I spent 5 minutes rambling about, why I haven't posted and all of that, but honestly it's kind of boring, so I'm not even gonna include that part. It's just I was on vacation and I apologize for not posting the last locations video for all of the Western stuff. I did record it, I did edit it, but then when it was at 94%, of being uploaded, my PC died and I was asleep at that time, so I didn't notice, and when I did, it was too late. So yeah, I just apologize for that. But anyway, let's get onto the blog because as I said, there's so many new amazing stuff that Star Stable is planning to implement into the game. So let's check it out. The game blog is titled Star Stable July blog, Camp Western and Roadmap Update. This month, you will learn more about the creation of our new summer event and a check-in from our executive producer on how we're doing on our roadmap promises. So let's just jump into the interesting part of the article, which is titled 6 months down, 6 to go. It was written by Jane Schoolman, the executive producer. She begins by introducing herself and basically telling us what she always tells us, that we're just going to see how all of this stuff from their 2023 roadmap is doing, what's going according to plan, what's new, what fell through, and all of that. So let's go to the first part, which is titled According to Plan. Here it says, at the time of writing, our new avatar is not yet out, but when you read this, it will have been live for over a month. Well, I'm curious and looking forward to your feedback. I truly hope you're enjoying the new avatar and the enhanced possibilities it offers. We've already initiated discussions about the next steps and are eager to hear more from you through the in-game survey that you can find in the game until the 6th of September. We also managed to bring a few new horses, the Lipizzaner, the Pentavian, and the 2 new magical horses along with their companion pets. We went through the Wild Weave and ended up in the mythical Devil's Gap, and you could participate in the epic main quest required to unlock this breathtaking area. Last but not least, we also released the Rainbow Festival right on schedule. From the Never Stop Believing layer, we have managed to release everything that we planned for this year, so let's acknowledge the effort made by the team and recap them once again. Effortless writing, our improved approach to handling animations where we are using a state machine instead of hard coding. The system has been implemented for all player horses and also in the new player avatar. That is why the avatar now can follow the rhythm of the horse when jumping, and everything else is more fluid and realistic. And what you see now is just the beginning. Horse progression, a major step in our series of iterations aimed at enhancing your bonding experience with your horse. We're aware of your feedback and the new UI, and we plan to continually refine it. Cheating, yes, we have taken steps to prevent players from exploiting the game, and this is also something that we will continue with. We will not go further into detail about the measures taken in order to make it harder for the players to exploit it. Last but not least, the Android version of Star Stable Online is now in early access for Sweden and will most likely be extended to Hungary soon. Things are looking good, so we think a worldwide access in early fall is very likely. In our new layer, we've introduced the lunging feature in the Camp Western event, currently in a prototype stage similar to how dressage was introduced in the Equestrian Festival. A prototype is a way for us and many other game developers to try something new and get feedback. If you like it, like most of you did with the dressage, we will spend more time on it and introduce it as a permanent feature in the game. We're still on track to deliver the first steps of the new multiplayer feature. This will most likely happen during the Winter Festival this year, and it is just the beginning of several new ways where you can play together. Last but not least, the revamp of Hollow Woods is still to come. More info to be revealed later. The option to change names was not part of releasing new avatar, but it's under development for a possible 2024 release. Furthermore, we've made progress on the inventory revamp. The first step will be refactoring of the inventory system, which will make it easier to add possibilities for how you can store things that you have bought, including new items that we don't even offer today. Even if this maybe sounds super boring and very techy, this allows us to give you so many more options and even new gameplay. Please let us know which option you would like us to do first. Customize your stable and/or paddock, new tag for your horse, blanket, ear bonnets, breastplates, etc., avatar item slots like wearing multiple accessories and makeup, new UI functionality and more space in your wardrobe, and enhanced backpack experience. 3 additions have been made to the new layer. We have started to add back the navigation arrows for our mobile players, and in order to cater to a wider group of our players, we are not removing the joystick. You as a player can choose between the 2 control options in the settings. We're also adding a space for remembrance and reflection that will serve as a memorial place for all our loved ones. This is in honor of all players that leave us too soon and was initiated as a special project in remembrance of Violet Flower Garden. The 3rd addition is to create a region for our Ukrainian players. This new region will be created in steps. The first will be to create a new server in the existing Russian region. The second offers players to move there, and then the 3rd step, after a limited amount of time, will be to split the Ukrainian server from the Russian region into its own region. More info to come in August. In the upcoming months, we have decided to do less complex projects so we can stabilize, fixing bugs and glitches, the bigger releases during the first 6 months. And if you want to know what bugs have been found and fixed, take a look at our bug patch notes. The discovery phase. Discovery for us is where we look at new ideas and how they can fit into the game. It involves identifying challenges to tackle and opportunities to harness, both for you, the players, and us as a company. Not all ideas survive this plan, but rest assured that your interests drive our decisions. Generation 4 horses are currently in discovery, where both breeding and customization has been mentioned. The production hasn't officially begun for this project, since we have much more to explore before deciding what should be a part of the scope. Other than Gen 4 horses, we're still exploring what magic is to Jorvik and also considering how to enhance the role of pets in the game. We're also exploring how we can improve the onboarding journey for new players, especially on mobile. Things not according to plan. While we've accomplished a great deal according to our 2023 roadmap, we've also encountered some things that did not go as planned. First, I want to mention the retrofitting of tag. This was delayed due to our focus on the new avatar, but rest assured, we've reintegrated retrofitting into our roadmap, and the next breeds are estimated to be out in Q4 this year. Second, bugs and glitches. Despite extensive testing, some releases have given rise to unexpected challenges. This is due in part to the complexity of these large-scale projects that touch multiple areas of our codebase. However, these challenges are a stepping stone towards a new paradigm of more game features, better animations, and enhanced graphics. To offer a glimmer of hope, we faced similar challenges 3 years ago with our server. At the time, the server had a hard time coping with a much larger number of players and could crash multiple times per week. We made some bold decisions and made several challenges to how the network codes operate, and today the server is much more stable and can handle a lot more players. Thank you for reading all the way. Stay tuned for our next blog in August, where our engine producer will shed more light on our tech progress and share some exciting news about the transformation of our old engine. We will also share the progress and what is to come next for your player character. Thank you for embarking on this exciting journey with us. Here's to another amazing 6 months. Honestly, I don't even feel like there's so many things that fell through, like it was the retrofitting, which I guess is a pretty big deal, but I think in the scope of everything, it's not that bad. And also the bugs, I guess some of them are quite annoying and kind of game breaking, but I think we can all agree that there's many more pros than cons to, everything that they've accomplished during this year. I've also noticed that there's not that many new horses coming out, and I feel like the events have been getting better, so I think this year is actually pretty good for SSO. I'm really looking forward to basically everything that they've talked about. So let me know what you thought about all of that. Express your thoughts in the comments down below. But now I think I'll probably include the western part of the Camp Western part of this article, but honestly, I think I'll just put it in text to speech if anyone wants to listen to that. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed, and I'm gonna see you in my next video. Bye!
Camp Western by Breton Hamilton, lead game designer, Carolina Heidenheimo, lead content game designer, May Iren Lawrenson, 3D artist. Camp Western is our new summer event with a focus on authentic ranch life experiences and the dangers of Western frontier living. For this event, we're trying something a little different, as I'm sure you've noticed. Here's a bit of a sneak peek behind the curtain about why and how. Bulls, wolves, and bears, oh my! Hey, Star Fam! This is Breton Hamilton, they, them, the lead game designer and mischievous game master B. When we started Camp Western, we began by investigating what the spirit of the West is, and especially what the Western lifestyle means in Jorvik. Inspired by our previous work, we could think of nowhere more yeehaw or rootin' tootin' than Starshine Ranch. Drawing from our own fun and exciting childhood memories, we shared wild stories of discovering wolf tracks while lost in the woods, hiking during a storm, escaping a stampede of cows, and many other adventurous tales, surprisingly some of which involved life-threatening encounters. We noticed a common theme among the stories that stuck with us the most. They were filled with danger. So we paused and asked ourselves, how can we not only add a sense of danger to Star Stable, but also add rewards worth braving that challenge? Firgrove has high wooden walls because, historically, the first Jorvagian settlers were afraid of wolves. Between the bear cave and a few odd quests showing wolves exist in the area, we haven't really used the wildlife to change how players interact with this area. In the spirit of experimentation, we want to explore risk and reward gameplay, and also create a festival that leans into what makes Westerns and summer so exciting and memorable. Danger. Introducing our beasts. Bulgor the bull, the Bjorn bear family, and the Firgrove wolves. Unlike beasts of the past, this new generation will pose a threat to anyone who attempts to brave the wilderness in search of treasure. These beasts are not locked behind a quest, but instead live and exist throughout the area for the duration of the festival. Catching their attention and outrunning them for a short time will cause the bears and wolves to despawn for several minutes, buying you precious time to search the area for goodies. We spent several weeks prototyping and planning the gameplay and intended interactions. There were a few technical challenges we had hoped to overcome, such as allowing the beasts to collide with fences and obstacles. This would have allowed players to leap over logs and fences to escape a hunt. But unfortunately, we need to do a bit more code work to allow for this kind of gameplay in the future. This is the first time in a while that we're trying to add more challenging, long-lasting gameplay that does not exist on a timed schedule like our winter festivities or championships. We hope that the treasures and rewards are worthwhile enough to light a spark of bravery in you. We'd really love feedback on our beasts. Do you enjoy being hunted by these dangerous beasties? Are the rewards exciting enough to inspire you to enter the wilderness? Would you like to see these beasts and gold nuggets added permanently to the area? P.S. We apologize for the temporary disruption to other quests in Firgrove and Starshine. You'll have a break from the beasts with the end of Camp Western. Lunging. Hello, my name is Carolina, and I am the lead content game designer here at Star Stable. Today, I would like to share some thoughts about lunging, a form of horse training that we introduced during the summer festival. As you may have noticed, dressage was introduced as part of our equestrian festival. With the summer festival, our team felt it was the perfect time to explore how we can incorporate lunging into our game. One advantage of our festivals is that they provide us with an opportunity to try something new, gather your feedback, and assess what was well executed and what needs improvement. This allows us to enhance the player experience, increase the fun factor, and ensure scalability. Our goal is to make both dressage and lunging available as a form of training in the world of Jorvik, beyond just the festivals. For quite some time, we have recognized the importance of creating engaging gameplay centered around horses, including various forms of horse training. We wanted to diversify the core activities you can enjoy with your horse. It felt fitting to introduce lunging during the summer festival, where the activities combined both thrill-seeking escapes from the wolves, but also assisting Josh, Lisa, Carl, and others with chores one would expect to see at the ranch. To start the process, we delved into what lunging entails in real life. We watched videos, read articles, and even visited a stable where a colleague demonstrated lunging firsthand. On our way to the stables, we ran into a bit of a tricky situation. Following that, we analyzed the challenges involved in lunging. How could we translate these real-life challenges into a meaningful and impactful gaming experience? One such challenge was ensuring that the horse takes wide enough circles around the player and moves in the correct gaits. A favorite line that my colleague mentioned around the challenges of lunging was, "The challenge is usually to get the horse to not come in and say, 'I'm done, can we hang out?'" This inspired us to incorporate lunging gameplay where players would need to guide the horse to move in the correct gaits and circle radius. Additionally, we wanted to emphasize that horses are living and breathing creatures, and they may choose to take smaller circles or change gaits on their own. As a player, you need to be prepared to adapt and respond accordingly. We even played around with the idea of making it possible to change directions when lunging the horse, or making it so that at times, your trusted horse may choose to ignore your cues. But perhaps that may be for the next iteration. Lastly, I really hope you get the chance to try out lunging during the summer festival. We are eager to hear your thoughts on this new feature and strive to expand and improve it so that lunging can be enjoyed beyond just the festivals. Thank you for taking the time to read this. Environment updates. Howdy, y'all, wonderful people. It felt fitting to have a big, hearty greeting considering we have been gearing up for Camp Western. Some members of our team also call it the Summer Festival, and I love them both. My name is May Iron, you can call me May, and I'm one of the 3D artists that was lucky enough to get to work on making some of the props for this project. I also got to go into our in-house game engine and paint out things like grass, flowers, rocks, dirt paths, etc., and place out props to make the world look pretty for y'all. Believe it or not, the funniest task for me this time around was one of the simplest, putting wheels under the chicken coop. Have you ever seen a traveling chicken coop? I giggled like a madman staring into my computer screen. A close second was decorating the wolf den area and the shop vendors. Therapeutic. I'm creative at heart, so I really love being able to focus on the aesthetic and composition of the environment. Growing up on a farm, and often spending my summers in a similar way as on Starshine Ranch, this project was close to my heart and made me miss home. So, I really put all my heart into making this look pretty and cute for you all. If at least some of that summer magic and atmosphere was able to make it through and into your lives, then I am very happy. Big hugs, 3D environment artist May.